Hi guys and welcome back to a new video. In today's video, I want to talk about alts and I want to explain how you can gear up your alts when reaching level 80 pretty easily. So as you will see, there are a couple of ways you can obtain some items on your other characters, and with these different items you will be able to gear up your alts pretty easily, but also there are still a few things you will be able to do with your different alts in order to gear up as fast as possible. So the first thing that I want to mention, and this is not something that will actually impact your character when he will reach max level, which is level 80, but more something that you can do in order to level up as fast as possible. And basically it is by simply getting some of the 545 BoE items that have the level requirement at level 70. So here, if you go on the auction house, most likely you're going to see a lot of these different very expensive BoEs. And if you click on them, most of the time they will be with a level requirement of level 70, which means basically that you can create an entire set of 545 high level on your level 70 characters, which will definitely allow you to level up way faster than if you were simply using the quest rewards and other items you can get from all the different mobs and other activities when leveling up. So this is something that sadly right now it's still a little bit expensive. So if you don't have a lot of gold already, maybe that might not be super useful. But the way you get these different BoEs is simply by opening these different business lockbox that you can get when basically doing a lot of different activities in the Dragon House, in Kazalgar. And so if you have some of these different logboxes, make sure to open them and then keep these different items, because you can send them on your alts and you will be able like that to level up way faster. Okay, so now when you reach level 80, the first thing that I would recommend you to do if really you don't have any good gear is to simply consider buying some of the different BoEs from the auction house, because the normal ones are usually very cheap. And so as you can see like that, you can easily, maybe for less than 10,000 gold, build an entire set of 564 high level gear. And of course, you can then further upgrade these different gear with your Valor Stones. So this is something that can be super useful. And here in particular, the items that I would really recommend you to get are these different trinkets right here, because they're 577 high level and you can buy them for 200 gold each on most realms. So this is really something that will allow you hopefully to gear up pretty easily. But again, you have many other options that won't require you to actually spend some gold on your new set. So another thing that you can do, and that this time won't cost you any gold, is to simply buy the different renown items from all the different renowns. So each time for the Council of Dornogold, the Assembly of the Deeps, and the Alofo Arati, you will first be able to buy a veteran piece of gear, and this will have an high level 584 that you can further upgrade. So for instance, for the Council of Dornogold, as you can see at round 7, you will have the shoulders. And then later on, you will also have a champion gear, and this one will have an high level 597 that again you can further upgrade, and so you will be able to get all these different items. So for the console on the go, as you can see, there is the shoulders and the feet. For the assembly of the dips, you have the helm, and then you also have the belt. And so as you can see, the belt is just here. And then for the authority, you have the chest piece, and in champion difficulty, you have the wrists. And finally, with the severed threads, you just have this trinket, which has an high level 571, and then you can also get it with the high level of 587. So the only catch a little bit with these different items is the fact that you will need to spend quite a lot of your different resonance crystals in order to buy them. So it's really up to you to see if you have enough of these different crystals and if you want to spend them on these different pieces of gear. So I will let you decide on that. I would say the champion pieces of gear are really good, because again, you can then further upgrade them to quite a good high level. The veteran ones, it's a little bit easier to get, so if you really have to spend them, I would say maybe try to target the different champion ones. But again, it depends if you already reached the renown or not, and also again on the amount of crystals you have with you. Now, another pretty easy way to gear up your different alts is going to be through the different delts. So here, if you come at this exact location in Dornogold, you will be able to talk to Sir Finlay Morgleton, and Sir Finlay Morgleton will sell you some items for your Undercoins. you are able to get some of these different Undercoins when doing some of the different bountiful deals at more than tier 4. So it means that the more you're doing like higher tiers, the more of these different Undercoins you will be able to get, and usually you get them from the different chests at the end of the delve. So with these different Undercoins, you will be able to buy all these different pieces of gear, which are all, as you can see, adventure pieces of gear, and they will start at rank 4 for with an eye level of 580. So you can really target all these different ones, or you can also buy the Adventurer's Warbound Battle Gear drop, which will include a full set for your out. So here it will cost you 5,000 Undercoin, but again, with that, you will be able to get a full set directly with an eye level of 580, which is really good. And this is something that will then allow you to start playing these different alts pretty efficiently. And keep in mind, again, you can further upgrade these different gears. So this is definitely, in my opinion, a really good way to catch up with your alts and to gear them up. Of course, you have a few other rewards right here that you might want to also consider buying with your Undercoins. But if at some point your priority is gearing up your alts and you have enough, then this Adventurer's Warbound Battle Gear drop or some of the singular items might be a really good investment for you. Another thing you can do on your main character in order to then gear up your different alts is simply doing a lot of delves, raiding, and dungeons, because when you are doing all these different activities, you will have a chance at getting some Warbound equipped gear. And so with this different gear, you can then send them to your different alts. So this is something that works a little bit like a bonus roll, and it won't impact the way you can receive some of the gear on your character. It's just sometimes you are lucky enough to get some of these different drops, and then you can do whatever you want with these items. You can either equip them or send them on one of your alts. So this is something that is very useful, and hopefully the more you're playing the game, the more you will be able to get some of them. So just put them in your Warbound bank or send them directly on some of your alts, and when you need them on some of your alts, you can then use them. And so hopefully you will be able to already build a little bit of a set with all these different items. And one thing that is very interesting to note is the fact that all the different tier set tokens can also be Warbound equipped. So it means that if you are lucky enough, you can get some of these different tokens on your main character, and then you can send them on your alts, and they will directly be able to get a tier set piece for themselves. Now, of course, something that you should do on all your different alts as soon as you reach level 80 is to simply do the different weekly activities, especially the world boss for that week, because with the different world bosses, you will be able to get some really good pieces of gear with an eye level 603. And so this is something you have one chance per week per character that I would really recommend you to do. And again, this is an extra way to get some items if you're lucky with your alts. In terms of what you can do with your alts when you reach level 80 is to simply do all the different weekly activities in all the different zones, because when you do these different weekly activities and also the weekly quest, you will be able sometimes to receive some of the different fragments of Omen, and with these different fragments of Omen, you can then craft the Spark of Omens that will allow you to craft some gear with an eye level 597 that you can further upgrade later on. And so try to do that as soon as possible. Try to get some of the different Sparks of Omen, and hopefully like that you will be able to craft some really good gear just by doing that. Now for the players who enjoy PvP, if you want to gear up some of your alts in order to do some PvP activities with them, you have two main options. The first one is to simply buy some of the crafted gear from the auction house or to get them crafted yourself, and with these you will be able to get an eye level 613 in arenas and battlegrounds. Or what you can also do if you have a lot of the different honor points with your main character is to simply transfer them on your alts, and then you can come here and talk to the vendor, the honor quartermaster, and you will be able to buy all these different gear right there. And as you can see, these will upgrade your eye level to 626 when you are doing PvP activities. So this is probably the easiest way by far for you to gear up. And hopefully like that, if you want to do some PvP, you will be able to start pretty fast without having to get killed again and again because you have a very low eye level in arenas or battlegrounds. So that's pretty much it for today's video. I really hope it will help you gear up some of your alts. I will be back very soon with more guides and more videos. And in the meantime, I wish you a great day. Bye!